Hi guys, here is my video 183, and as I promised you yesterday, here is a little bit of insider information just for you guys, my loyal fans and subscribers, and it is a little sneak peek into what the audience will sit down and read in their program notes. So what I wrote in the program notes is actually a very heart-opening and soul-bearing information about how I came to put this specific program together. And I shared an interesting sort of flaw of mine I'd had in the past, where when I would think of programs or a specific piece to play, I somehow would always think of what a certain critic would like, or a certain teacher or agent would appreciate, and I was always aware of these outer influences. And I had the most interesting sort of life transforming moment about 2 years ago when I met with this very important figure in the music world, who now is a dear friend of mine. I'm not going to name them so they're not embarrassed, but I had this initial meeting with this person, and I so desperately wanted to impress them as an artist and show just what a versatile and gifted and talented artist I am. So I presented them with my list of works, my repertoire list, specifically the concerto list. And I had, as you can imagine, wanting to please someone, I had put on this list every single piece I had ever played with orchestra. It had just anything from Bach and Mozart all the way to Barber and some very modern 21st century works. And so as this person looked at the list, he got a very strange attitude on his face and gave this very strange reaction, which absolutely sank my heart. I just began to feel so heartbroken, thinking, my goodness, what is happening? And he then raised his eyes and said a sentence that, without exaggeration, completely changed the trajectory of my life and my career. And he said, as I look at this list, it is hard for me to tell who you are as an artist. And initially that sentence just felt like a lightning, just really striking and destroying me. I felt so incredibly hurt by that. But I came home and I did a lot of soul searching after that meeting, and I realized that particular flaw that I shared with you, how I was always aware of outer influences and what certain teachers or critics or what have you would think of what I'm about to play. And I made a very firm commitment on that day to, from that point forward, to only play music that is 100% me. And what I mean by that is, if I am sitting in a room all alone, it's just me and the piano, and if I just wanted to begin to play without consideration for any outer influence, what would I play if it was just for my own enjoyment, for my own joy and pleasure? And these three names, Defalia, Liszt, and Khachaturian, came to mind immediately. These are the three names that I felt the closest to my heart in some way. And I really felt so inspired by that notion, and from this point forward, everything that I record, play, every piece that I do is something I personally strongly believe in, and that sometimes even applies to some very strange, lesser liked, lesser beloved pieces. So on Thursday, the program, we have some pieces that are really beloved and popular, like Campanella and Adagio by Khachaturian. But at the same time, I also have, at the outset of the program, I have the Fantasia Betica by Defalia and the Khachaturian Sonata at the end, both of which are complete underdogs, and they're not performed as much. Even the people that these pieces were dedicated to and trusted with the premiere with did not appreciate these pieces a whole lot. But I personally am in love with them. I love what they have to say. They have so much to offer. And so I made a commitment to just be brave and go ahead and play these pieces, even if not every music critic on the planet Earth knows of them or likes them. So that has been my big commitment, and I opened up and shared about this in the program notes. So those of you coming to the concert will read about this, and those of you away from New York, I wanted to make sure you guys have a little bit of an idea of what will be in the program. In the meantime, I'm going to finish the video off with a little sneak peek of a piece that's not on the program, but is also one of my absolutely most beloved pieces. I'm actually not going to say the name. It's a mystery piece, and you have to come on Thursday to see if this piece may or may not appear on the stage. And those of you that have been following my work for all this time will know the piece. But let me know in the comments if you guessed it. So here's a little sneak peek of the mystery piece. Thank you for listening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Look forward to seeing the comments if you guessed the piece. See you then.